People often say that after 60, hair doesn't really matter anymore, just cut it short and keep it simple. But I disagree. The truth is, the right haircut can completely transform how you look and how you feel. It can make your neck appear longer, your jawline sharper, and your eyes brighter. That's why today we're diving into 7 haircuts that make women over 60 look fresh, elegant, and quietly youthful. Imagine looking in the mirror every morning and seeing hair that feels heavy, flat, and lifeless. Many women assume that's just part of aging. But then, one visit to the salon with the right cut changes everything. Suddenly your face looks lighter, your clothes look more polished, and you find yourself smiling at your reflection again. It's not magic, it's simply the power of a well-chosen style. Hair is never just hair. It's a silent tool that lets you stay in control of your image at any age. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 7 styles that aren't passing fads or complicated trends. They're proven cuts that thousands of women across the U.S. are choosing because they bring out confidence, elegance, and ease in everyday life. And before we get into the details, if you find this topic helpful, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to Healthwise for seniors. Your support is what inspires us to keep creating videos that help you look beautiful, feel confident, and embrace your style at every stage of life. Now, let's begin with the very first cut. Inverted bob, A-line bob. At 60 and beyond, many women wonder if their hair should be cut short for practicality or left long for femininity. The inverted bob, also called the A-line bob, is that perfect middle ground. It's modern, it's fresh, and it quietly takes years off your look. With the back cut slightly shorter and the front angled forward, this shape creates the illusion of a longer neck and a more defined jawline. For many women, it feels like a little visual facelift without any needles or surgery. This cut works beautifully on fine, straight hair, soft waves, and even natural silver. In fact, many women in their 60s in the U.S. choose to wear their gray proudly, and the inverted bob makes it look intentional, polished, and chic. Depending on your comfort level, you can wear it chin length for a bold statement, mid-neck for easy everyday styling, or shoulder grazing for a touch of elegance. Add a bit of volume at the crown or a few soft waves, and suddenly your face looks brighter, your smile more noticeable. But there are pitfalls to avoid. If the back is cut too high, it can expose the neck in ways that feel harsh. Ironing the hairpin straight can also make the style look stiff and dated. The trick is balance, a gentle angle, subtle texture, and a natural finish. Ask your stylist for light layering inside the cut, not visible layers, so your bob has movement but never looks choppy. Take Margaret, a 65-year-old from Ohio. She had worn her hair shoulder length for years, but it felt heavy and dragged her face down. The day she switched to a soft, inverted bob that brushed her collarbone, she said her pearl necklace looked better, her turtlenecks felt sleeker, and she suddenly looked like herself again. That's the quiet power of this haircut. The inverted bob isn't just a trendy cut. It's a confident choice that tells the world, I still care about how I present myself, and I choose elegance on my own terms. Long bob, lob, plus soft layers. The long bob, often called the lob, has become a modern classic for women over 60 because it combines the best of both worlds, the ease of shorter hair and the elegance of longer length. Hitting right at the collarbone, it instantly makes the neck look longer and the upper body appear slimmer. For many women, this cut brings back that fresh, light feeling without losing sophistication. The secret lies in the soft layers. These aren't dramatic, choppy layers, but subtle, almost invisible ones that add movement and keep the hair from falling flat. On mature hair, especially when it's starting to thin, that little bit of movement makes all the difference. A heavy, one-length style can drag the face down, while a lob with soft layers lifts everything up and creates a gentle flow. This cut is especially flattering if you have natural waves. When styled with just a round brush or even left to air dry, the hair falls into place with a polished yet effortless look. On straighter hair, a side part can add dimension and break up symmetry, which softens facial features and often looks more youthful than a strict center part. One common mistake is overlayering. Too many layers can make the ends look thin or messy, which adds years instead of taking them off. On the flip side, no layers at all can leave the lob looking heavy and outdated. The sweet spot is asking your stylist for internal or blended layers, enough to create movement but not so much that they are obvious. Maintenance is simple. Trims every 8 to 10 weeks keep the ends sharp and healthy. A light styling mousse or a root-lifting spray can keep volume at the crown, which is key for a youthful profile. Take Susan, a 62-year-old retired teacher from California. She had always worn her hair just below her shoulders but felt it looked limp and shapeless. When she tried a collarbone-length lob with soft layers, she was amazed at the difference. Her friends commented that she looked refreshed and even asked if she had lost weight. That's the power of a well-done lob. It gives you elegance without effort. The lob with soft layers is versatile, timeless, and forgiving. It can be styled sleek for dinner, tousled for weekends, or pinned back for a polished look. For women over 60, it's not just a haircut. It's a reliable go-to style that balances sophistication and ease in every season of life. Voluminous Pixie. The Pixie cut has always carried an air of boldness, but the modern voluminous Pixie takes it one step further. It's short, fresh, and surprisingly youthful when done right. Instead of being cropped flat against the head, this updated version plays with volume at the crown and slightly longer pieces in the front or on the sides. That extra lift adds softness and movement, which can instantly brighten the whole face. Why does it work so well for women over 60? First, removing the weight of long hair immediately makes features look more open and lively. The added height at the crown creates the illusion of a longer, slimmer face, while wispy side pieces frame the cheeks and soften lines around the jaw. It's like wearing an instant confidence boost. This style is especially flattering on silver hair. Instead of trying to hide grays, the voluminous Pixie makes them shine. Literally, natural white strands catch the light beautifully when cut short and styled with texture. Many women even enhance it with subtle highlights or lowlights in pearl, ash blonde, or icy tones to add dimension and sparkle. But here's the catch. A Pixie without volume is just a crop, and that can age you. Cutting it too close to the scalp or styling it too stiff makes the face look severe and draws attention to fine lines. The goal is softness and movement. Ask your stylist to keep enough length at the crown and front so it can be lifted with a round brush or styled with a bit of mousse or texturizing cream. A touch of controlled messiness actually makes the Pixie look modern and full of life. Another mistake to avoid is overstructuring the cut. A Pixie that's too sharp or overly defined can feel rigid. Instead, think playful layers, feathered ends, and light texture around the temples. These details give the hair a feminine edge and prevent it from looking too strict. Take Linda, a 67-year-old from Florida. She had worn her hair in a bob for years but felt it dragged her down. After switching to a voluminous Pixie, she couldn't believe the change. Her friends said she looked 10 years lighter, and she loved how quickly she could blow dry and be out the door. Even on humid days, her natural gray shimmered with style instead of frizz. The beauty of the voluminous Pixie is that it's both practical and powerful. It dries in minutes, needs minimal styling products, and still projects energy and modern elegance. For women over 60 who want to simplify their routine but still turn heads, this cut proves that short hair doesn't have to mean boring. It can be the boldest, most refreshing choice you'll ever make. Clavicle-length cut with invisible layers. The clavicle-length cut has been called the sweet spot of haircuts for women over 60. Sitting right at the collarbone, it's not too short to feel severe and not too long to weigh you down. This length creates a clean line that instantly elongates the neck and upper body, giving a graceful, lifted appearance. It's one of the most universally flattering cuts for mature women. What makes this style stand out are the invisible layers, those subtle internal layers you can't see at first glance, but that bring movement and lightness. They keep the hair from falling like a heavy curtain and give it natural bounce. For women whose hair has lost density with age, invisible layers add just enough lift at the crown and softness around the edges to restore vibrancy without looking choppy. This cut is also incredibly versatile. You can wear it straight and polished with a flat brush for an elegant dinner, or let it dry naturally with a touch of wave for weekends. It looks chic in a low ponytail, and it pairs beautifully with statement earrings or scarves. That kind of flexibility makes it perfect for women who want something modern but not high maintenance. The biggest mistake with the clavicle cut is going too blunt or too layered. A one-length chop at this length can drag the face down, emphasizing sagging rather than lifting. On the other hand, too many layers can leave the ends thin and messy, which robs the style of sophistication. The balance comes from asking your stylist for internal or blended layers. You won't see them, but you'll feel how the hair moves lighter and looks fresher. Products make a difference here too. A lightweight styling cream on the ends keeps them smooth and polished, while a root spray at the crown can add subtle height. Regular trims every 8-10 weeks are key to maintaining the clean line and preventing frayed ends. Consider Janet, a 64-year-old from New York. She had worn her hair shoulder length and heavy for years, but it started to feel outdated. After switching to a clavicle-length cut with invisible layers, her whole look softened. Her daughter told her she looked sleeker and taller, and even her posture seemed more confident. She found it easy to style in the mornings, often just running her fingers through with a bit of cream, and she always looked put together. The clavicle cut with invisible layers doesn't fight the passage of time, it works with it. It frames the face in a way that highlights your best features, adds lightness to thinning hair, and offers a quiet elegance that feels both modern and timeless. For many women, it becomes the cut they stick with for years because it simply works. Face framing layers. Face framing layers are one of the simplest yet most transformative cuts for women over 60. Instead of layering the whole head, the stylist focuses on shaping the strands around the face. These longer layers fall softly from the cheekbones or jawline down, creating a natural frame that highlights your best features while gently disguising the ones you'd rather not emphasize. Why do they work so well? As we age, fullness around the jaw and fine lines near the mouth can make the face appear heavier. Long, face-framing layers draw the eye upward and inward toward the eyes and cheekbones. This subtle redirection instantly slims the face and restores balance. They also add movement, so the hair doesn't just hang flat, which can age a look. The beauty of this style is its adaptability. It works on mid-length hair, shoulder-grazing cuts, and even longer styles. Paired with a side part, the layers soften angular features. Paired with a curtain bang, they create a flowing, youthful frame. Whether your hair is silver, highlighted, or natural, these layers give dimension without looking forced. Common mistakes include cutting the layers too short or too thick. If they start above the cheekbone or fall in choppy chunks, the effect can be harsh and unflattering. Instead, ask your stylist to begin the layers around the cheekbone or jawline and blend them seamlessly into the rest of the hair. The layers should look like they belong, not like separate pieces. Styling is easy. A round brush can flip them slightly under for softness, or you can add a little wave with a curling iron for movement. Even when worn naturally, the hair catches the light differently around the face, giving the illusion of freshness and vitality. A small dab of lightweight serum or cream on the ends can keep them polished. Take Diane, a 66-year-old from Texas. She had been wearing her hair all one length for years, and while it was healthy, it felt heavy and dragged her face down. When her stylist added long, face-framing layers that started just below her cheekbones, the change was immediate. Her friends asked if she had lost weight, and her granddaughter said, "Grandma, you look younger." Diane admitted it was the most subtle haircut she'd ever had, yet the most flattering. Face-framing layers are not about dramatic change, they're about refinement. They gently highlight your eyes, soften lines, and make every hairstyle look more intentional. For women over 60, this detail can be the difference between a hairstyle that feels dated and one that feels current, graceful, and effortless. Modern shag. The modern shag is a throwback with a twist, reviving the effortless vibe of the 70s, but refining it for today's woman over 60. Instead of heavy, choppy layers, this updated version focuses on soft, graduated layers that create texture and volume exactly where mature hair needs it most. Why does it work so well? With age, many women notice their hair becoming thinner and losing its natural body. The modern shag addresses both problems. By layering strategically, it gives the illusion of fullness at the crown and movement through the lengths. This creates a youthful, slightly undone look that feels carefree yet polished. The irregular texture also softens facial lines, especially around the jaw and temples, which can immediately take years off. This cut works across textures. On straight hair, it breaks up flatness and adds bounce. On wavy or curly hair, the layers encourage natural movement, so even a simple air dry looks intentional. It's the perfect low-maintenance style. Shake it out, add a touch of mousse or texturizing spray, and you're ready to go. The biggest mistake with the shag is overdoing it. Too many layers or layers cut too short can create a messy, stringy look that feels dated instead of chic. On fine hair, aggressive thinning can make the ends weak and sparse. The key is asking for graduated layers that blend seamlessly, the kind that move together without looking choppy. A good stylist will focus on building body at the crown while keeping the overall silhouette soft. Styling is forgiving. You can use a diffuser to enhance waves, a round brush to smooth the ends, or simply let it dry naturally for a relaxed finish. For a polished touch, lightly define a few face-framing strands with a curling iron. A pea-sized amount of styling cream at the ends will prevent frizz without weighing hair down. Consider Barbara, a 68-year-old from Seattle. Her hair had become fine and flat, and she felt that no matter how she styled it, it looked lifeless. After trying a modern shag with long, blended layers, she couldn't believe the transformation. Her hair suddenly looked fuller, her face softer, and her friends kept telling her she looked lighter and freer. What Barbara loved most was the ease. She could wash, scrunch a bit of mousse, and be done. The modern shag sends a message of confidence and vitality. It's not about chasing youth, but about embracing texture and movement that work with your hair today. For women over 60, it offers a refreshing balance. Carefree enough to feel playful, refined enough to feel elegant. Curtain bangs/side bangs. Bangs aren't just for the young. When chosen wisely, curtain bangs or side bangs can be one of the most flattering details for women over 60. Instead of a heavy, blunt fringe that feels rigid, these versions are light, soft, and blended, bringing instant freshness to the face. The biggest benefit is how they camouflage lines. A well-cut curtain bang parts slightly in the center, draping gently to either side. This softens forehead lines, draws attention to the eyes, and elongates the face. Side bangs work in a similar way, sweeping across one side to break up symmetry and add movement. Both styles frame the face without overwhelming it. These bangs also solve another common concern: thinning at the hairline. As density decreases in the front, adding a light fringe fills in the area visually, creating the appearance of fuller, healthier hair. But precision matters. Too heavy or too straight, and bangs can add years rather than subtract them. The secret is keeping them feathered at the ends, lightly textured, and easy to push aside. They should fall effortlessly into the rest of the haircut, whether it's a bob, a lob, or even longer layers. Styling is quick. A round brush and blow dryer can give them a soft curve, or you can let them air dry with a little shaping cream. For curtain bangs, a slight middle part keeps them flowing naturally. For side bangs, a gentle sweep with your fingers maintains that casual elegance. Take Carol, a 63-year-old from Chicago. She always avoided bangs, thinking they were too teenage. When her stylist suggested light curtain bangs to pair with her shoulder-length cut, she was hesitant but agreed. The result? Her eyes looked brighter, her forehead lines less noticeable, and her whole look felt softer. Carol said her friends didn't ask, "Did you get bangs?" They asked, "Did you just come back from vacation?" That's how subtle yet powerful the change can be. Curtain and side bangs aren't dramatic makeovers, but they are transformative details. They add youthfulness, soften features, and integrate beautifully with any cut. For women over 60, they are proof that sometimes the smallest change has the biggest impact. We've just explored 7 haircuts that can truly change the way you look in the mirror, not by pretending to be younger, but by highlighting your natural beauty, your confidence, and your elegance at this stage of life. Each style, whether it's a chic inverted bob, a refreshing lob, or the softness of curtain bangs, is less about following fashion rules and more about choosing what makes you feel radiant and authentic. Because here's the truth: elegance has no age limit. The right haircut is more than just a style choice. It's a statement that says, "I care about myself, I respect who I am, and I choose to shine." And that feeling is priceless. So now, ask yourself, which of these cuts spoke to you the most? Can you picture yourself walking into the salon and asking for that little change that could make a big difference? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know which team you're on. #Team Bob, #Team Pixie, or #Team Lob. And if this video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Healthwise for seniors. Every click of support helps us continue bringing you more videos to look your best. Feel your best and live your most confident years after 60. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, true elegance begins with you.